Hi guys, it's Danny. I'm back and I'm going to dive into the Maggie Holmes new Shine collection. I'm showing you products that I think I'm going to use. I do throw in these Dear Lizzie bows, the cork bows, and some Studio Calico. Really, they're almost like they're colored, but they're almost translucent. They're really pretty. And then most of the rest is just the new Maggie Home collection that I just got. I got it last week, I think. So, and oh my God, I love this collection. I feel like a broken record when it comes to Maggie Holmes though, because pretty much I've loved every single collection she's ever come out with. But I really, really love this one. I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love, love, love it. Um, so this is a picture of me and my friend Susan. Well, there's one, I'm doing two pictures on this spread, and one is of me, and then the other one is me and my friend Susan. We went up to Cal Poly last year, and because her daughter goes to college at Cal Poly, and so we took a trip even a little further up north to the city of Cambria, and I just really, yeah, I wanted to really scrapbook these pictures. I love them. I love the memory. And yeah, I just wanted to journal about it, and I wanted to definitely get it in my scrapbook, and I thought it would be perfect for the Maggie Holmes line. I am going through the ephemera, and as you know, her things, this is actually not as big as most of her packs, but it packs a punch. She just has the greatest like ephemeras and chipboards. Anyway, so I was just wanting to go through and try to pick out a few, pick out some that I thought I would use. And so that's what I was doing there. And I used most of what I picked out. There's a few things that don't make it to the layout, but most of it I did use. So these are the pictures, and it was just so pretty up there, you guys. Oh, it's all along the coast. The beaches are just so breathtaking. They're absolutely stunning, beautiful. And this was actually, we had went up for the day, and this was actually on our way back. And we just decided to stop and get a few pictures right by the beach. And oh, so pretty. I'm so glad we did. It was just, I don't know, just one of those things where I've been around the beach and lived close to the beach most of my life. So sometimes it's something that I can take for granted. But whenever I get near a beach that I'm not like familiar with, there's something that, takes me back and makes me think of when I was young. And I don't know. It just gives me that spark again of like, oh, the beach, and it's just so pretty, and it's different than what I grew up around, and just really pretty and very soothing. It was just a beautiful day. I decided to take this yellow Dilutions paint, and it's called Lemon Zest. I knew I wanted to bring in some of the pops of yellow, and I didn't get a ton of the 12 by 12s. I do have a yellow piece, but I'm just trying to save it. I'm trying to spread out my 12 by 12 pieces that I have, and then use like my 6 by 6 for layering so that I can get the most, out of this kit. It's not really a kit, but you know what I'm saying, like, so that I can get several layouts out of this collection. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go through my 6 by 6 and pick out a few pieces. And I was trying to find the yellow and I couldn't find it. You're gonna watch me look through it a couple times. And I'm like, where's the yellow? Because I didn't want to cut into it. Um, and I don't. I put it aside, and I just decided I'll put more yellow. I'll just use more of the yellow paint, the zest, or whatever it's called, lemon zest from Dilutions, and just I'll bring it in that way, and by using some of the embellishments to bring the pops of yellow in. So I chose these two, and now I'm trimming, and I'm just gonna, mess around and try and figure out how I want the layers to go. I like things to just kind of be jagged and overlapped and not perfect. That's just kind of my style. Try to make it look random if you can, in a sense, and I like things to overlap each other. Um, And so, yeah, so I just put a little bit down, and then I put too much, I had to wipe it off, but I love this glue because you can easily wipe it off and it doesn't leave any residue. And I'm still messing with the yellow, and eventually you'll see me just move it and put it aside, and get it off my table, like get it away from me so I will stop being tempted, because I know I want to use that, you know, that full piece to get another full layout. And what am I doing? Just trimming up, and again, because I don't want it to be perfect. And then now I just saw this branding strip, and then I decided I like the green better, so I took the green, and I know I can cover up that hole, so I'm not really worried about it. Just to add a little bit more to the layering. Give another little color pop of green in there. Let's see. And then, oh, I love this Remember. It is like, it's acetate, and you can't really tell on the video, but it's got tiny little polka dots. It is so adorable. I love, love, love it. I actually was watching YouTube earlier. Was it today or yesterday? I was watching YouTube. I think it was today, and I saw Claudia. I think her name is Claudia, and I'll put a link down to, I think I can link her station. So yeah, I'll put a link down to her station just in case you guys haven't found her. She does beautiful layouts. I love her style. It's very pretty. And she likes to work with collections. So I think that's really neat, because I don't usually. I'll take a little bit from one collection and a little bit from another, but she usually sticks with like one collection, and it's just, her layouts are just really, really pretty. I like them. And anyway, so I will link her station down below just in case you guys want to check her out. But that is where she really likes, I mean, my page looks nothing like hers, but she definitely inspired me to just go scrapbook using my Maggie, you know, bust into my new Maggie Holmes. Like, it was, yeah, I just loved the layout, and it was just so inspiring. I really love this layout, and I already was itching to mess with it and play with it anyway. And I said, I decided to put more yellow. So I just edged that ampersand, and I think I used some pop dots here and there. Oh, I'm going to pop up this butterfly. Just doing a little bit more layering. I like to layer not only with paper, but like with your, you know, with your ephemera, with the sticker sheets, with the chipboard. I just kind of like everything to like overlap, and you know, some of it's tucked, some of it's out, some of it has pop dots, and some of it's flat. I just like all that different dimension. And now I'm going to try and mess with this cluster over here. Well, I wanted to make a cluster. I know I want to use that card, and I really like this black transparency that says Love This Day. And I want to use them both, and I'm just trying to figure out how, you know, how to make it look good and also make it pop. So I'm going to get out my Distress Mermaid Lagoon. It's one of the newer colors from Tim Holtz. And no, not Mermaid Lagoon. I'm sorry. Mermaid Lagoon is the blue color. I will use that on the layout, but I'm actually edging this one with the Abandoned Coral. Sorry about that. So that's the Abandoned Coral that I edged that floral piece in. And it's just really cute. It's just a nice touch. And it actually has a little strip on the bottom that says Treasures. So it just looks really, I just like how it looks like layered. I am using some of that multimedia matte glue. I believe it's by Ranger. And I think I've told you guys this on other videos. I got one of the smallest thin line bottles, and it's too thick. So I need to get there is another cap that's yellow, and I guess it's got a bigger hole. It's not quite as thin. It's not quite as precise, but it's, you know, so it has a bigger hole. I'm going to go back and get that one. I just haven't had a chance to go to Hobby Lobby. So I just use my pokey tool, or I don't know what you call it, the quick stick, and I use the sharpen just to get a tiny bit of glue and put that on there, because that multi-medium works great for like transparencies. Now I'm going to mess with this corner because I knew I didn't want a harsh edge. I knew I wanted to bring some floral, you know, up into that corner, and I'm messing with it. I'm not happy, and here I go cutting it. And then I still don't like it, but then I finally decide I like it this way. So, yeah. And, yeah. So I decided I like it that way. Oh, I'm back, and I'm showing you that I had to pull out my heat tool because the paint is pretty thick. It's really pretty, and it does dry fast, but I put it on a little bit heavy. I really wanted you to see, you know, that paint just messily put on randomly around the edges. And so I had to use my heat tool, and I'm just showing you that. I put a Dear Lizzie bow on. That's my first one I'm finally using from her new collection. And I think it's documentary. I hope so. I feel bad. I used to be so good at always remembering all my products and what they're called, but I believe it's documentary, and that is from her newest line, and they're really dimensional, but I love it. It's cork, and it's really, I love it. And now I am trying to mess with this. It's kind of like a leaf, some kind of leaf, or I don't know what you call it, but it's almost like leaves like on a branch, and I'm just like to put down like just a tiny bit of glue and then pop up the edges, so it just really gives it movement. And I had also chalked the edges, or did the edges too, with a little bit of Memento black ink. Then I am trying to use this other flower, two different flowers up there, just to fill in that little space right there. And I just showing you that I popped it up. And I'm going to totally mess with it. Do not ask me why. It is, sometimes I just laugh at myself. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I just get on these tangents and there, I think, no. I like pick it up and I do not know what my problem was. I just wasn't happy with it. And I really wanted to like get the edges to curl and kind of give it some movement. I really don't like, I just like sticking like the middle of things down, making sure they're glued so they're not going to fall off my page. But I really like them to look like they're a real live like flower. There's real movement, and I don't know how to explain it, but I love to like tear the edges, curl my edges, and just have things look like they could almost fall off the page, but they're I know they're not going to, because most of the time I'm using that really good glue that's in a dot runner, which is like Tombow Mono, and awesome glue, or I'm using my glossy accents half the time too, and that stuff, nothing is going anywhere, but it just doesn't take much, and that way you can curl your edges really good. I'm using, let's see, I use two different I use a date stamp and a phrase stamp, and the date stamp actually has like phrases with the date, and so it says photo op, and then October 25th, I believe, October 25th, 2014, and then I also use a couple from another Amy Tan, and it's just the phrases, and so I use that as well, and it says like delightful and a couple other phrases just randomly around the page. I know, I wanted to say, like, I almost took this out, and then I thought, you know what, I really appreciate when people show when things don't always just go perfectly, and so you're gonna see me mess with this over and over, trying to make it fit, and yeah, finally I'm gonna realize it's just too big of where you placed, it's just not working, and you're gonna see me finally give up. Scrap that idea and go on and think of a different, think of something different, do something different. So I just thought I'd leave it in there because things just, yeah, when you're scrapbooking, it doesn't always flow like perfectly. And you got to learn to just go with the flow and make something else work. And a lot of times you end up with a page you like even better than had it worked. Now I hadn't planned on using the shine, but I thought it was perfect. Like, it was a beautiful, sunny, perfect, shiny, moment and day. So I just thought the word shine was perfect. And then I used some more of the chipboard, just some random like circles. I use a banner. Oh, here's some washi. I believe I got it at Michael's, and it's just an older collection, and I always forget the name. It was pretty popular, and I wish I could remember, but I got it at Michael's probably more than a year ago, probably a year and a half ago or something like that. And it's just really pretty, and I thought it went really, really good with this Maggie Holmes line with all the colors I had going on. And so that tag, it just says delightful. It just says delightful and shine at the bottom, and at the top you can see where it says remember. But it kind of all comes into play when you see, like, at the very end, if you stay tuned to the end, you'll see my journaling. I don't show it all on camera, but at the end you'll see it in the still shot. So I make like the words that I put on the page, I make them work like they go with my journaling. So it just really, it makes sense if that makes sense. It makes sense if that makes sense. I just, I wrote, we had the most amazing trip ever. We decided to drive a little further up north of Cal Poly to the city of Cambria. It was absolutely breathtaking. We first visited the quaint town and did a little wine tasting, and then we decided to stop on our way back, and we were able to capture these beautiful photos. It was such a perfect day with my lovely friend. And yeah, so I just thought it all kind of came into play. Delightful, shine, lovely, remember. And then I also put on here somewhere, I put one of those little word stickers. Now I am using some of my Bow Bunny. This stuff is awesome. I love it. You only need a tiny bit, and I absolutely love it. And I think it's called glitter paste, and it's by Bow Bunny. Yeah. Yeah, it's called glitter paste. And oh my God, I love it. It is the perfect gold. It goes so perfect with the whole layout. See all the different touches of gold. So if you stay tuned, you'll see like, oh, I added some more like enamel dots. I added some bling. And I really love how it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. It was such a lovely day. Absolutely so glad I got this in my scrapbook. I hope y'all give us a thumbs up.